I want you to think back to those wonderful years that were your adolescence. Think of your favourite book, comic, TV show. What did you read again and again, and who were you in that text? For me, it was Nancy Drew. But I didn't just want to be Nancy Drew. I wanted to date Nancy Drew. Growing up in a country town, I was desperate to see representation of myself in these young adult texts. Children's literature has a complex history with gay and lesbian representation. In the 70s and 80s, gay characters often met an untimely end. In the 90s and 2000s, there was a considerable increase in gay and lesbian representation, but often sexuality was presented as a problem that needed to be overcome. Using queer theory and textual analysis, my research examines the emergence in the last decade of queer fantasy and dystopian texts for young people. Texts like Otherbound, The Lumberjanes, and The 100. These texts challenge conventional representations of sexuality in a number of ways. First, they have queer female protagonists, a doubly marginalised group. Second, they complicate romantic ideals like the one or happily ever after. And third, they don't use identity markers like lesbian, bisexual, or gay. Studies done in the US suggest 40% of all homeless youth are lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender. To highlight the impact of these texts on queer young people, I also look at the social media response to a number of these texts. Last year, the creators of CW's The 100 were faced with a scathing Twitter storm and social media backlash when they killed off Lexa abruptly, immediately after she and Clark finally consummated their long simmering attraction. In an organised protest the following week, the hashtag LGBT fans deserve better was tweeted over 250,000 times, and fans, in response to Lexa's death, have raised almost $200,000 for queer youth in crisis. Representation matters, particularly for young people, often marginalised by society. My research charts this emerging textual landscape where young women are unapologetic in their desire, and the very real impact of these texts on young queer people, writers, and television networks.